Okay, guys, we're continuing with Java networking, and in this video, I'm going to create a simple login GUI where a user will enter their username and password, and it will pass that data to the server for authentication. So hopefully we can get that done in under 10 minutes. I'm going to be doing a lot of typing very fast, and yeah, if you have any questions, please just contact me and I will leave a comment in the description so that we can get what you did understand sorted. So up here, I'm going to implement action listener. So it implements serializable and action listener, and it gives me an error because I'm not implementing one of the abstract methods provided by the action listener. So when I click that light bulb, I'm just gonna zoom this in. When I click that light bulb there and then click implement abstract methods, it brings me this abstract method down here, and then I'm just gonna delete whatever's inside, and we're gonna use it in a little bit. So up here, I'm going to call up the JFrame. So JFrame, control space. I'm gonna call that FR. New JFrame. And then in brackets, then I'm gonna say login. And we are going to need a label. I'm gonna call this user LBL underscore user. Sorry about that. Okay, then user kitchen, new label, and I'm gonna pass in the variable the label, which is name, username. I'm gonna add that at the end, and I'm going to make sure that we just import everything from the J out and swing. Next thing, I'm gonna need another label, which is for the password. Just gonna name this pass, and here I'm gonna say password. And we're gonna need two text fields, so text field, I'm gonna call this txt underscore user, new text field with the width of 20. I'm going to modify that at a later stage, and just replicate that and make sure the same is set password. Now I'm going to use a constructor to initialize all these values. So I'm going to call up the client constructor right there, and in there, put the fr dot. I'm going to set the size of that. I'm just going to give it a 500 by 500. Next, fr dot set visible to true, and fr dot set default close operation to new JFrame, and exit. Did I get this right? Exit on close. There we go. Did I get that right? Space. Control V. Okay, just give me a minute and I'll look into that. JFrame exit on close. I have not done Java in a very long time. So I'm just gonna look it up and then paste it right here in a few seconds. Actually, that's just it. I was going way too convoluted about this. Okay, so next, fr.add. Now we're gonna add those components. First, we're gonna add the label, the user label, and then fr.add. Pardon me, I'm just gonna copy this and replicate it. I think that should be enough. So in here, I'm gonna add not the password, but the txt user. And here we're gonna add the LBL pass and txt user. And down here in the main method, I'm just gonna make sure I comment all of this out. And remember, all this code is on GitHub, so you can get it from there. I'm just gonna comment all of this out and just call that constructor. So new client. Oh, sorry. New client parenthesis address. So let's see if that will work. Hopefully it does. Now, I know right now you will not be able to see anything because my computer won't allow me to show you, but all of this works. I'm going to make another video where I show all these panels working and whatnot. And speaking of panel, I'll add in that panel into the frame. Yeah, I need to add a panel. So panel, just gonna call pan as a good new panel, and it doesn't take any arguments. So all of this, I'm just gonna change it to PN. And I'm gonna have to add the frame, the panel rather, to the I have to add the panel to the frame. So dot add PN. So run file. Again, you won't be able to see any of these things because my computer will not allow me to show you guys. Yeah, that's the worst. So txt user. Oh, and here I'm supposed to add the password. So run that file again. And yes, it works. So right now, just take it from me that it's actually working. But even though you cannot see any of these things, just gonna put this to the side. So now going to this, we're just forgetting one thing, a button for the login. So I'm gonna quickly create a button. I'm gonna name btn submit. New button, and it's taking arguments of what you want. So let's call it login. And at the end, we close those parentheses. And now in here, that's where we're going to pass in the actions of the button. So just right below the frame.add panel, I'm just going to create an action listener. So it's going to be btn submit dot add action listener, and pass in this as the clause so that every time an action is made, it will be listened to. So every time we click it, we're going to capture it over here in the actions performed method, of which was created by us when we clicked that light bulb for the class when we implemented action listener. So from there, we're going to say if e.get source is equal to btn submit, then I'm just going to print this to the screen for now, and then in the next video we're going to go further into what we're supposed to do. So the password, or rather, let me not print them out. Let me actually pass them to the sock object. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say string name is equal to txt user dot get text, and then I'm going to create another one, string pass is equal to txt pass dot get text, and then from there I'm going to call in the login class same way we did up here. In fact, I'm just going to copy it and paste it down here. So I'm sorry that you're not going to see it working because my PC won't allow me to show it to you, but the code is up on mine, so you can download it and test it. But on my end, it's working. So down here, I'm going to say start and pass in the data. So let's test if that works. So I'm going to open up my server class again, make sure that's running. So run file, and we can see it on the side here that it's actually running. So we're running on port 8080, and we run the client file again, run file. And right now on my screen, I can see the values, so I'm going to pass in. I can see the frame, so I'm going to pass in the login details. Pass 1, 2, 3. Oh, by the way, I forgot to add the button, so it's not showing the button. So just gonna go back and show that button, because I only added the button to the action listener, but did not add it to the frame. So in here, I have to actually add it. So btn submit. So our server is still running, which is okay. So I'm just gonna run the client. So again, right now I'm seeing the frame, but even though you can't, just know that it's actually working. So username, which is you just gonna say Jane, and then password is pass 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And before I click the login button, I'm just making sure that you guys see the console for the login so that you can see the values, and bam. So I clicked the values, and there you can see them. So I clicked them from the frame, and you can see them. So in a later video, I'm going to try and make an I'm going to actually try and make sure that you can see what I'm seeing on the frame. But so far, just know that actually everything is working. So that's for the GUI. In the next video, we're going to create the database and make sure we connect to the database.